What's up, Kiran? How you doing, man?
Good. How are you?
Doing
Good.
excellent, dude. I'm excited about today's topic.
I'm excited that we are matching a
This
little
looks
bit.
good, right? I know. I like the shade of red that you've got a little bit better, but yeah, this is pretty good. The yin and the yang, man.
Yes,
Right?
that really shows that we don't think alike in many ways, but we still do think alike in the right ways.
That's right. I like that. Right. Well, and that's the thing about business is that no matter what industry you're in, the path to success is very similar no matter what the industry is, no matter what it is you're doing. Let's say even if you're not a business owner, it's just a hobby that you have, but you want to be real successful at it. Those same steps that you would take to be successful in business are many of the same things you would do. For example, in a hobby, it could be mindset, general lifestyle, your spirituality, whatever, those things apply across the board, I'm finding, as I get older.
Totally. So today we want to talk about marketing strategies, the strategies that are going to work, that did work for you and me. We are going to share some of those, and we are also going to share some of the things that, especially the business people who just start.
Right, absolutely.
So what are the things that work for you?
Now, when it comes to marketing, what I've learned is that no matter how talented you are as a photographer, an artist, that talent will only get you so far, and you need marketing to get you in to actually be a viable business. I know photographers who, to be honest, are fairly average in their work, but they've got great businesses because they're really good at the marketing side. And I know people who are incredibly talented as photographers. Their work is amazing, Kiran, but they have no business, and they want business, and they struggle so hard because they just can't flip the switch and get themselves to do those business type things, and they rely 100% on talent, and there's nobody there to take over that business side for them. So if you can't do it yourself, at least have somebody in your life that can do that for you. I heard that Pablo Picasso was that way. He, gifted genius artist, and his wife is the one that did all the things that one would consider typical business stuff, right? The marketing, the promotion, and all that. And she's the one that handled all that, and there's really a big reason why he was so successful. And so if you can't do that yourself as an entrepreneur, having people in your life that can do that for you is really, really important. And when it comes to marketing, the easiest thing and the most surefire way that I've found to get business, referrals, right?
100%.
Dude, how important are referrals to you and your business?
Referrals are the only thing that I really think that is a strategy that worked for us.
It's huge, right?
It's huge. I mean, within our team, we have a goal that every business that we get, every transaction that we close, our goal is to get 3 referrals out of it.
Well, okay, so so you get a new client comes in, does a transaction, whether it's mortgage or real estate related, and your stated goal, you guys have this written down somewhere?
Yes.
Okay, so you wrote the goal down and you said, we want to take this client that just came in, did business with us, and we want to find a way to nurture 3 additional referrals.
3 additional referrals. And then the thing is, it doesn't come forcefully. The clients will be happy to share that they had a great experience with us.
How do you do that?
And they automatically do it. The way we do it is we prepare our clients. We say, during our initial consultation, we say this is how our process is, we set the expectation, and we say once the transaction is done, we are going to ask you to refer you at least 3 of your friends or family that you know of.
This is before the deal's even done.
Yeah, in our first conversation, we say that after we are done, we are going to ask you.
Dude, okay, so why, that's genius. Why do you think that's important? I love that.
At least setting the expectation, it will increase the level of trust the current customer will have.
Okay.
That, hey, you're so confident that you'll do a good job, that you're going to ask for 3 referrals. Lot of times what happens is, even during the transaction, we'll refer, because most of the time people that we service, either they are doing mortgage or real estate, they have friends also in the similar life cycle wherein they are also looking for something.
Right, yeah.
So it works perfectly wherein you are setting the expectation to the customer,
Okay.
and that's the easiest way. That way they know that you are really looking for referrals. A lot of times customers feel that, they see our marketing or our ranking,
Right.
and then they think we are too busy.
So they're
For
making
referrals.
assumptions, right.
They make assumptions that, okay, he's so busy, he has a big team, he probably doesn't need referral, is the presumption that they might have. But once we let them know clearly that we want referrals and we want to service their customer, it builds 3 things, right? One is the trust.
Right.
Second is the confidence that you have on your process. And the third thing is they know that they have to act on it and they feel obligated to give us a referral.
Dude, I love that. I like that you build it in ahead of time. And something that you seem to be doing really well is creating a pathway for your clients. And not only is that smart logistically for helping them get successful with the transaction, it's also smart from a marketing standpoint because you're planting these seeds in the beginning so that when you come and you ask for the referrals, it's not like out of the sky, it's not out of the blue. It doesn't feel awkward to you, probably even because I imagine a lot of people probably feel awkward asking for referrals, right? But if you build it into the process like you did, it's second nature. You're like, hey, remember that thing we talked about? Well, let's talk about it right now. Right?
Yes,
Get 3 referrals for me.
Yes, and then taking a couple of steps back, right? How we set up our marketing strategy. Everybody, for each person is different. When we started, I'm saying back in the day, we did the SWOT analysis, right?
Okay, what is that?
Strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Basically, the introspection of how our business is based on our team. What is the thing that we really are able to do well, right? That's our strength. So that's the strength, and we build our niche based on the strength, and our marketing strategy should be around that. What is our weakness? Okay, some things we don't want to do, or we don't like to do, or we don't have the capability to do.
Right.
We are going to kind of eliminate. We are not going to attract those referrals, because if you follow the same process of attracting referrals, if you do something that you're not really strong at,
right,
you'll keep getting the same referrals and you keep failing, and that will be suicidal, right?
Right.
Then opportunities, wherein you have your strengths and you are looking at opportunities that you can get to.
Dude, I like
And the last thing is the threats. I mean, you have to keep an eye on either the competition or the knowledge that you have to acquire, and all of those go together, and that's how you kind of come up with this marketing strategy. And having referrals is like the easiest, cheapest strategy to get new clients.
Dude, I love that, man. And so referrals are huge on the artist side too. I mean, that's probably the number one way. Now, I've got really amazing SEO on my website. I get really good hit rates on that. But even as well as that does, it's the referral stuff that just does amazing. And that, let's talk about some ways that referrals can look like. A referral can look as simple as somebody going online on a Facebook group and saying, hey, I need a photographer, I need a mortgage broker, whatever it might be, and a friend, somebody that you know, simply tags your name.
Right.
That's a referral. It can be that simple. And what I've learned is that when someone takes the time to put my name on there, my obligation is to, as quickly as I can, get on there. Number one, you want to thank the person who tagged you.
Yeah.
Always come from a point of gratitude, because think about how busy our lives are, and somebody took a moment to put your name down as a referral.
That's huge.
That's massive, right?
Yeah.
They interrupted their day to think of you and to do this. So number one is always a step of gratitude and say, hey, thank you for tagging me in this, whatever it might be. And then continue on the conversation, referring to the person who is getting the referral. And then I go a step further and I say, look, everybody, there's 1,000, no, not 1,000, but maybe like 20, 50 referrals in that one thread. So what I'll do is I'll go a step further and I'll message the person directly and say, hey, so-and-so tagged me in this post. I just want to go ahead and connect with you one-on-one, give you my email and phone number, a little bit more information on how I can help you.
See, the biggest thing is, the first step is, okay, you want referrals, right? Then how you handle the referrals. The initial contact and the initial follow-up is like, it really breaks the backbone if you're not able to do the first initial transition well.
Dude, I've lost deals because I didn't follow up on a referral quick enough.
That's why they say, right, fortunes are made in follow-ups. So,
fortunes are made in follow-ups. I like that.
So the more, especially if you're in sales, like real estate sales and mortgage sales, the more you follow up, that's where the fortune is. Most small business people will not have the automated follow-up system or a good system to follow up, and that's why after 2 or 3 follow-ups, they say that you need 7 follow-ups for every client if they want to really become your client.
Got you. Okay.
From lead to client, 7 follow-ups is like minimum.
Right. So the moment that I have somebody that I got tagged on their post, the first follow-up is the comment. The second may be the direct message, but I need to do at least maybe 5 more.
5 more.
In addition to that, right?
So I mean, the burden is on the small business owner to do the follow-ups, but we don't have to kill ourselves because there is so many automated ways with which we can do it.
How do you automate it? What are some ways?
We use Salesforce.
Okay.
Salesforce is a CRM. Any CRM has it, wherein you have it and you program it, and it automatically sends them emails or text messages, and then you can follow up saying that you are really interested in doing business with them. A lot of times the customers might have the feeling that maybe he's not interested in getting my business, even though we are genuinely are, and we might not feel like we have to call them too often. Maybe we might feel that they think we are desperate.
Right.
So all that will be eliminated if you are able to automate your process a little bit.
Okay.
Or if you have an assistant, just assign the lead to your assistant and have them follow up through emails.
Dude, I like that idea. So the emails that are going out through the CRM, which is an automated system, or just maybe interrupting that process and having an assistant, or maybe yourself if you don't have one yet, and just say, I haven't heard from this person in a while, and I just want to, hey, haven't heard from you in a while, I just wanted to connect, make sure that I'm not dropping the ball. That's the way I usually use that strategy is I'll reach out to the client. I'm always on their time frame, right? But I'll reach out to them and say, hey, we talked a few weeks ago about XYZ. I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't the dropping the ball in my follow-up, wanted to see how things were going. And almost every single time I'll get an email back saying, oh no, I still want to do the project. I've just been so overworked, or I've been, family stuff, whatever it is, people get really busy, we all do. And that conversation kickstarts again. And I think the first thing, it's really helpful by saying like, hey, I want to make sure that I'm not dropping the ball on this, and I want to make sure that I'm doing everything that I can. And the client looks at that and says, nah, man, you're great, you're fine. Just, it's been a lot of stuff in my own life. And that referral process can go through to completion to an actual client.
Yes, I want to also bring up something, right? From a customer vantage point, they are looking at different vendors, okay? Either it's real estate agents or mortgage brokers, or in your case, artists, photographers, right? From their vantage point, we all look the same. So one of the marketing strategies is to see how are you able to differentiate yourself. So differentiation could be in terms of pricing.
Right.
I mean, you can choose your battle based on how busy you are, right? Either you can say that, okay, I'm the cheapest among the crowd, right?
Right.
That's a strategy. There is nothing wrong with it. You just have to do more volume and work hard. So you could be the cheapest. So we've tried that strategy wherein we tried to be the cheapest in the marketplace. And then I can tell you that with being the cheapest, you lose out on these referrals, because they say that with cost comes the service. You have to compromise on the service, because to make the same amount of revenue and the resources, you have to do more volume, and it's going to really tax your staff.
Right.
Your team is going to start getting frustrated quickly, then the service is going to slowly decline.
Right.
So that is a cost strategy, and there is no, the battle to the bottom is so bad that you can keep cutting. Let's say you say, okay, I'm going to do whatever, $75 to do a photo shoot. Then somebody is going to say, oh, I'm going to do $72. Then somebody is going to say $69. Then somebody is going to say $59.99. So you as a business owner has to define how low you are willing to go if you are going to go that route.
Dude, and I call it the Walmart model. And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, there are a lot of what I call Walmart model photographers. I was one in the beginning. I started off that way. And the photographer that I am today doesn't compete against the photographer that I was in the beginning, because in the beginning it was all about price, because I was not very good, service was horrible, and the quality of the images was reflected in the price, right? But it was quick, it was easy, and so there were some benefits to the client, and not everybody's got a budget, right? Not everybody has a big budget, and there has to be businesses that service those people, because, Kiran, to be honest with you, I kind of grew up, my family, we struggled financially. My parents did really well. They just worked really hard and kind of grew themselves out of that situation. But we weren't wealthy growing up. And so we were one of the families that were looking to take advantage of low-cost services and stuff around us. And so when somebody was overpriced to our budget, we couldn't afford them, right? And that's the way that it is with my business now. There are services that I offer that are kind of overpriced for lower income families. But in the beginning, I was right there and I was offering those services, nothing wrong with it. And I have friends who have built incredible businesses servicing the low cost. But like you said, there comes that trade-off in quality. right? And that affects how you market to those people.
Totally.
Yeah.
And I want to tell you that competing with cost or the price is there is much better options, like differentiation strategy. How do you differentiate yourself, right?
Right.
If you are able to differentiate yourself among the customers, like customers are able to see you from a vantage point, saying that, okay, I have these 10 different mortgage professionals, whom am I going to go with, right? If you figure out a way how to differentiate yourself, I mean, we differentiated ourselves to my niche market in multiple ways. Like, for example, we've done the book. So we wrote a book.
This one?
Yeah, right here.
Oh, there it is.
So we wrote this book, right, Cracking the Code to Success, wherein we talked about how we became successful. I mean, it was an effort that we made, which really showcased what we are able to bring to the table.
And the people and the clients that value that kind of effort and energy are going to be attracted to you.
Yes,
right?
100%. Because, and we want to attract people who value your differentiation effort.
Right.
So something like that, if a professional is able to do it, you differentiate yourself, then you're not competing on price as much. So that's going to be a huge value. And the last thing is, you can even differentiate with focus. Focus in the sense that you can focus. There was a time back in 2009, 2010, we were totally focused on short sales, right?
Yeah,
short sales was our niche. When you talk about in the episode how you make your first 100,000, we made our 100,000 in a month when we were totally focused on short sales. We made our first million doing short sales.
Right.
It was a time wherein most of the real estate agents completely went out of business, because I'm thinking they could not differentiate. Granted, it's a different life cycle of real estate right now,
Right.
but we were able to differentiate during those years, and we found a lot of success.
Because you evolved to the marketplace, right?
We evolved to the market.
Man, I think you just came up with another idea for a future episode on how to evolve, because that's a huge part in being successful. And it affects your marketing too,
Yeah.
right? As the market changes, as you change and become a different business owner, you're evolving to the marketplace, but you're also evolving your marketing. And then what I've discovered is that my clients actually lead and drive a lot of the evolution in my own marketing, because as I start getting higher end clients, they start opening me up to ideas that I never thought possible before. And in some ways, my clientele are kind of pulling me upward into this really cool, interesting place that I never thought that I'd be in as an entrepreneur. And it's opening up new marketing ideas for me.
Customers want to see us successful. Customers really are thinking of ways to help us build our business.
Right.
Because once they start to do business with us, they'll start to like how we do it, and they don't treat us as like one of those big businesses. They still consider as small businesses, and they really want us to see successful.
Absolutely.
So that's what we found, and that's why, coming back to your first point, what's the easiest way to get clients? Ask for referrals, and then how do we ask for referrals is how we do it in the process. And then we need to help our customers also by giving them enough ammunition that, okay, we are able to differentiate ourselves. We have a book under our belt, we've done so many transactions and all that. We have to showcase all of that, and everything will become a package, and then will be easily referred out.
Dude, 100%. Well, and there's a few ways that you can do this, and we'll wrap up with a couple points. Number one, if you're an extrovert like me, asking for the referral face-to-face can be super easy. And somebody, let's say we just did a photo shoot, you had a great time, and I'll say, Kiran, man, the best way you can tell me thank you is give me one or two referrals, somebody that you might know, you know what I mean? But if you're a hardcore introvert, that can be really difficult, right? Well, that's where the CRMs, the automation processes, sending out an email
100%.
can come in. And what I've discovered is that another simple way you can ask for a referral in a roundabout way is by asking for a online review. I've got a template.
Huge.
Yeah, I've got a template in an email. It's got a link to where they can leave me a review after a photo shoot. And they're like, oh my Shane, that was so great, whatever it might be. Whatever really revved them up about that photo shoot, I'll say, hey, the best way you can say thank you to me is if you've got a few minutes, go ahead and leave me a review.
That's terrific. We need to talk about reviews in the next episode.
I like that idea. All right,
Okay.
so with that, take care. Have
Thank
a good
you.
one.